was an incredible scene yesterday. Tulsa taking on Mississippi State, Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. It's already getting chippy pregame. Look at these guys in each other's faces. Mississippi State players getting in the face of one of the Tulsa players. There's a guy right there. You see that highlight right there? You'll consider him later because he becomes a factor. Now, 1:23 to play. Tulsa down 28-26, fourth quarter. Onside kick. It's unsuccessful, but there was a huge hit. I want to play it for you again because it was really giant. John Carlos Santana limping off, it seems, or a little trouble because of that. Boom! Right there. After the game, the madness ensued. Both teams throwing punches in this brawl. Tiny Martin for Tulsa finds himself in the mix, throwing punches at the bottom of the screen. Martin on the ground. And then at one point, Malik Heath, right here, levels a kick and then runs away. I mean, this is what's all going on. Mississippi State, he clearly throwing that kick there. And then while all of this is happening, Mike Leach is in the stands taking photos with fans. Doesn't even see that just a little ways away. This brawl is in full effect. Guys getting thrown down. Tulsa's Martin throwing punches, trying to get away. Joseph Breedlove finding himself at the bottom of the pile for Tulsa, getting dragged by Thompson and other state players. Now, Mississippi State went on to win this one, but you see Kadarian Bay from Tulsa limping off. And again, Mississippi State winning. And Paul, this was just incredible at the end of this game. What's your reaction?
Well, it's utterly disgraceful. And you said something interesting a minute ago, Ryan. There were problems before the game. So when you know that's going to be an issue, and it was an issue, and it's chippy the whole game, the coaches have to take control and talk to their team. And I realize that game came down to the wire, but you have to send the message, hey, when the game's over, get out of here. Maybe talk to the officials, maybe talk to the other coach. They didn't do that. And it became an embarrassment for the sport, really. Forget Mississippi State and Tulsa. And really the most incredible thing happened after the game, and social media will do it every time, but Malik Heath, a Mississippi State wide receiver, went on Instagram and gave a Joe Tessitore play-by-play of the fight. And that's a terrible look for him, his university, and the sport. And it's just, there's no words can describe how bad that was. And there's nothing that can be done now. What are you're going to suspend players for next year? Some of them won't even be around. That's not going to solve anything.
Yeah, and it was a really great game. It's a shame it had to end like this. And by the way, the AAC is investigating this fight. But I got to tell you, this is not the way you want to see something like this end. DeVonta Smith might become the first wide receiver to win the Heisman since you did it. So what makes him so special on tape?
All right, I mean, this guy, all three phases of the position, he can beat you at the line of scrimmage. He has Jerry Jeudy type moves getting off the press. He's a technician when it comes to running routes. I mean, just look at this young man right here. He's at the top of the screen right here. I love the way that he fights for the ball. Watch how he come back to the ball. Watch. If he doesn't come back to the ball, this ball is picked. Watch how he comes back to the ball, and then he fights for it. He's an alpha male. He fights through and through until he has to hand the ball to the official. He's the alpha male of the offense. Another thing that I like about DeVonta Smith, look at him on this route right here. He's going to run an out and up. Watch how he sells the out with his body language. He said that he learned from the other receivers who are now in the league, like a Jerry Jeudy, how to sell routes with his body language. And then, listen, he does not drop balls. He practices on the jugs machine every day, catching at least 100 balls before and after practice. He's just a complete package as a wideout.
Absolutely incredible. Now, Paul, I asked this question just because I'm curious. It's not based on reporting or anything like that, but it just seems to me like Nick Saban has done everything there is to do on the college game. If Bama runs the table and wins another title, in your opinion, might this be the last we see of Nick Saban?
Ryan, it would be a perfect farewell. 7 national championships, 6 at Alabama, 1 at LSU. He's already the greatest coach in college football history, but this would put him beyond even Paul Bryant, who also coached at Alabama. Having said that, no, I don't think he's going to walk away, even after perhaps his greatest coaching job. Every time he plays for a national championship, his team does, we talk about this, and every time he says, you know what, I'm still a young man. He's 69 years old. I don't have anything else I would rather do. So I would bet heavily that he comes back for another year.
As would I. I'd be shocked if he walked away. He can't win too many titles, I think, in his opinion.